Okay, so let's look at our design and see what the size of it is. Now I'm gonna start by putting on 2 engines so that we see what this will perform like. Now we'll add the fire controls. We will add the sensors, we'll need those. We'll add the passive sensors. How well could we do here? These ones. And now let's see what the size of the ship is. 2,550 tons. It's actually not all that bad. We have 2 very good engines giving us a decent speed here. We have a missile control on our missiles. So we have active sensors and we have thermal sensors here. So that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. But the ship is far from ready. We need to add fuel. So if we added that large fuel tank that we have before, how long would the ship will be able to go? 31 days. Range 7.2 billion kilometers. Well, 7.2 billion kilometers is not bad at all. However, the fuel is awful. So I'm going to add 3 more. It's going to have 1 million liters worth of fuel. Range 22.7 billion kilometers. It's 124 days. So no need to have a deployment time of 12 months. We can go down to 6 and save a bit of space. Now if you wanted to add an armor rating of 2, we can. Even 3 would be okay, but our speed is great with dropping, so I'm gonna add that 3rd engine on it, and we are back at 2,445 kilometers. If I added 4th one, it would go only to 2.9 thousand. Okay, so let's stay at 3. So our cruiser now is at 4,600 tons. And we still need a ton of things. We need way more maintenance points than we have here. So let's add a maintenance storage bay. It's going to give us... Actually, wait, let's nod. Let's see first if we can deal with it by using engineering spaces. So that's going to take us down to 37% average failure rate per year, and we have maximum repair 60 resources, and it will have 384, so that's actually pretty good. I'm gonna add another one here just for good measure so that we have the chances around 32%. And what else would we want on our actual ship? Now, I guess that's pretty much all we need, just the magazine. We could greatly benefit from damage control, but I'm not gonna do that now. We have... Well, I guess we could put in... Okay, I'm getting pretty happy with this. So now the magazine. That's going to be a pretty big thing for us. So let's see the design and decide on the magazine. So hits to kill would make it much less prone to impact in case we get hit. The magazine ejection system, 70%, could be greatly improved for just a bit more technology to 80. Magazine feed system efficiency as well, but again, I'm not gonna deal with that at this point. You can upgrade your magazines as much as you want to. I would just really suggest that you improve the ejection rate as fast as possible, because if you don't, then your ship can explode while your magazine explodes, and it will get extra hits from the missiles that are in the magazine. So no thank you. So we have about 20 size on our ship. But that's a bit too big. I need to check how much we can add before actual armor is too big for us. So how much does something that has a really good size? Okay, size 5 for the black. Okay, let's go with size 5. If I add 1, that's size 5. Size 10, size 15, and that's too much. Okay, so size 15 would be okay if we removed maintenance storage bay. Okay, let's do it again. We're gonna add these, and if we removed engineering space, okay, that could work. Though it greatly increases the average failure rate. So, is there anything else that I could remove here? I don't want to remove the fuel storage, because we are already not capable of flying very long. I guess it's going to have to be the engineering space. Okay, so let's double check here. I don't want to make a mistake. So if we add 4 of these, that's size 20, we will be exactly at 6,000 tons, and the ship would be ready to go. Maintenance, average failure rate, speed is appalling though. How big is our... Yeah, that's not gonna go... It's just going to be the slow. That's not good. That's not good news at all. Oh, you know what I forgot? I'm so fucking dumb. I forgot to add the launchers here. Of course, I was sure that we need some of these. So that's why the ship seemed so awesome. So if we add 2 of size 6 and say 4 of size 1, actually let's add 5, then we are getting to some numbers that I was expecting. 5,900 tons, and we don't even have the actual magazine on here. God damn it. So if I lower the armor rating, that's 5,600 tons. This is a bit problematic, to be honest. Size, well, we are definitely going to need at least 2 size 6 missile launchers, and 5 size 1 missile launchers is also good. But that would leave how much for the magazine? I'm pretty sure that it's something like size 5, size 6, 7. Okay, so we can have size 7. That's not big enough, but it's going to have to go with what we have decided here. So size 7. I'm gonna lower, well, the internal armor, explosion chance 30%, capacity 105. That's, say, 50 anti-ship missiles and a couple of other missiles. It's actually really low. If I lower the armor completely, that wouldn't help at all. I guess we might remove one of the fuel storages. That would make it range 10.6 billion kilometers, but it would give us an extra watt. That would give us an extra 5, 10, 11, 12, 12. Size 12. Okay. So basically 11. Size 11 for our ship. With A74, we might actually go a bit lower here. What about 4 months? Okay, that would go. That would go. So size 12, was it? Again, double checking here. That's size 1, 2, that's 10, and then 2, 3, actually size 13, but that's okay. We're gonna go with size 12. Capacity 180, okay, that's better, and if we armor it a bit, size 164. Okay, the armor is voluntary, but I like to add at least a bit of layers on it, because a hit to the magazine can end up your adventure here. So let's take this one, instant it, and we're gonna add it right here. I'm gonna remove the maintenance storage base. Did it load or didn't it load? Yes, it did. Okay, so this 6,100 tons, I'm gonna remove these 3 fuel storages and add 1 engineering space. Where do I have you? Here. So yeah, this is Ark Royal. I'm not especially happy with it, but it should give you the idea of what you can do with your ship. We have 3 nuclear thermal engines on it, giving it a speed of 1875 kilometers per second. It's not very fast, but as a starting ship, I think it's okay. It has an armor of 2. Again, that's enough to stop a small missile or a very basic punch from lasers. Not much than that, but again, if you meet anyone able to punch you more than that, you're fucked anyway, so there is no need to think about anything more. The maintenance life is 7 years. We have average failure rate of 48%, max repair is 60, but this ship is not intended for a long deployment time. Well, actually, that means that we could be a bit cheaper on engineering spaces here and add a bit more fuel, maybe. Okay, that would make it slightly better. 70 days, 1.4 billion. I like that a bit more. Actually, if we can go lower here. Okay, I'll remove one of the fuel storages. I'm actually gonna do it like this. Okay, 82 days. Yeah, this is better. You know, the failure rate went up, but we don't really have to care because the max repair is 60 and we have 144. So that will slightly increase the performance of the ship, at least in my eyes. 82 days. Yeah, that's about... The deployment is about okay for that. We have 5 size 1 missile launchers on it. So every volley that we are going to shoot against incoming missile is going to be 5 missiles of size 1 every 30 seconds. Against any enemy that is going to come, we are going to be equipped with 2 size 6 missiles every 180 seconds. So this is mainly a defensive ship, or intended to work in a way bigger squadron than just one ship, because 180, that's 3 minutes, so every 3 minutes you throw 2 missiles at the enemy. Not very good, not very good. We have a missile fire control for our size 1 missile, and we have a missile fire control for our size 6 missile. Did I do it properly? The active search sensor, 3 million kilometers, yeah, pretty good. This is going to work. And Campbell got an active search sensor, 28.5 million kilometers, and We have 12 points, yeah. Everything seems about correct here. You know, one thing that you could do is, if you're pretty sure that there are no missiles coming at you right now, you could fire some of these size 1 missiles on the enemy as well. But I would not recommend it. They're really not designed for that. We have some passives as well. They're not really good, you know, they're just basic sensors for you. But they will allow the ship to go around and actually detect detect something, you know, without actually giving its own position away. The size isn't all that bad. We could build 3 of these every couple months. And the thermal signature 225, that's actually pretty high. I would like to lower it, but you know, it could be worse as well. EM is 0 because we have no shields and our sensors are not on. Intended deployment time for months, that's okay. Magazine size of 181. If we look at what we could do here, so size 6 times 20, that would be 120, and leave space for 61 more size 1 missiles. That actually seems pretty cool. 20 missiles and 61. You could go with 15 times 6, that's 90, leaving space for more, well, 91. Actually 91 anti-missile missiles. It's up to you, you know, depends on your situation. So I hope this tutorial taught you something. Again, this could be way better. I would be more careful when actually designing it for something, but I always start with the smaller ships, you know. So I would first try to design a corvette or a small frigate and see what it can perform, and then move on from there. But as a starting ship, I think this will work. You know, if you build several of these, they could handle a possible threat. Not saying they could dispose of it, but they could handle it at least in some sensible way. So again, if you up your maximum engine modifier, you can get a better outcome for both your missiles and your ship. If you got better armor, you could save a bit of armor here, or maybe even increase it to size 3. I think that you would need a couple of levels in that though. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The sensors could be way smaller if you invested into some EM technology and thermal, you know, detection range. The missile could be slightly smaller, especially the big one, and perform a bit better if we had better warheads. And is that probably all? I guess that's probably all. So yeah, again, if you have any questions, let me know. I hope this helped you to understand the processes that you should go through when you're designing your first battleship, or basically your first missile ship, a cruiser in this case. And I will move to a battleship in the next video, where we are actually going to use this design, these things that we designed here, but we are going to add a couple more things like pickets, efficient anti-missile defense, and probably even, but I'm not sure about that, bigger missiles. But I'll see what we can do about that.